A very good morning, guys, from Nairobi, Kenya. There are very many important stories from Somalia and across the region in Ethiopia. But I'll begin by, mentioning two studies done about Somalia. One has been done by a guy called Abdullah Abdishek, who was the former head of Somali BBC service, who is now currently, a PhD scholar at Moi University. And he is also the board director of Amnesty International Kenya. And he talks about, or he details in his study, how social media warlords, he says social media warlords or this kind of influencers, Somali influencers and bloggers who are misusing social media and causing, or fanning interclan clashes in Somalia and causing a lot of disputes and problems back at home. And, he talks about how the government should come with a legal framework to control, the use of social media in Somalia and, the consumption of this kind of content in Somalia, because it is causing a lot of problems, and it's being funded by people, he called social media warlords, and that is very true. It's a very interesting study. I've read the summary, but I'll be reading the entire, study later. There's another study, I think it has been done by guys called the Institute of War, or in the Institute of Study of War, and I don't know what kind of modalities or technical or whatever they have used, the research modalities or technicalities that they have used to come up with this study, and they are saying that ISIS in Puntland is increasing in number and strength. I don't know how they came up with that, but maybe they are using these reports about US Africa Command conducting airstrikes, or Puntland forces conducting ground operations against these guys, and they are being killed in huge numbers. 3 or 4 days ago, like 40 of them were killed. The operation is still going on. It seems that Puntland and the working with the US Africa Command want to eliminate completely the threat of ISIS. But ISIS in Somalia is very small in number. Generally, it is very small in number, and it is being led by a guy who was also an Al-Shabaab leader and ran away from Al-Shabaab and decided to pledge. He ran away with some fighters and decided to pledge allegiance with the ISIS. That is in around 2017, 2018. He's called Abdul Qadir Mumin, and he's being hunted down by US and Somali forces. So, coming to Ethiopia, American ambassador to Ethiopia. Before I go into that, Abiy Ahmed had an interview, I think, with one of the local media stations in Ethiopia, and he complained about being landlocked, and he showed his urge to have a naval port with Somalia and not Eritrea, because there have been a very bitter war with Eritrea for like 30 years, and he said for 30 years they have been landlocked, and they really Ethiopia really needs a naval port. Then this American ambassador in Addis Ababa comes and backs his claims, and he says Ethiopia really needs a naval port. So it seems that Ethiopia